Let's get it, man. This is Dirty Salo. Shut 'em down radio. Shut 'em down radio.
Shut 'em down radio. Shut 'em down radio. Who's on the line?
Papa Joe.
Papa Joe. How you doing, Papa Joe?
Good. How are you?
We're good. So let me give a proper introduction to people that are listening right now. So we have on the line Papa Joe Aviance, who is known as an author, entrepreneur, entertainer, life coach, and also recently a TV producer for a show called Electric Negro. So Papa Joe, give us a little bit more about your background. I know that your story started way back. You were at a point where you were about 450 pounds. 18 months later, life kind of re-begun for you. So can you just capture that moment for us? Thank you.
Sure thing, real quick. Well, it all started, basically everything I've done has been a ripple effect as far as everything that you've listed that I've done. Started off in New York, 2 suitcases and a dream, moved out to L.A., was working on Wall Street in New York, but left New York after 9/11 and was working in a video store. A DJ producer walked in, said he liked my voice, and basically said he wanted me to record a track. I recorded my first track, and it became a top 10 Billboard dance hit called Last Night a DJ Saved My Life. When the song came out on Billboard, I didn't like the way that I looked in the video. I've been heavy all my life, and so I just said, you know what, enough's enough. And I got sick and tired of being sick and tired, so I asked myself what was the easiest exercise that I could do, and it was dance music. Easiest exercise I could do was walking. So I started walking and eating, shopping for healthy foods at a 99-cent store. And 18 months later, I was able to walk off over 250 pounds.
Wow. It's amazing, man. So you've been like on massive numbers of shows. People have been interviewing you from all over. What's one thing that you would tell people that are struggling right now that may have had that?
You know what? Right now,
issue?
through the pandemic, and with the pandemic, you know, disproportionately affecting African Americans and Latinos and others. But it's just been, you know, right now, to be honest with you, we're at a point in our lives where we need to start changing things. So anybody that's out there that's struggling with their weight or anything like that is not to give up. And remember, and that's one of the things that even in the book that I wrote called Balancing the Scales, the motto of the book, Balancing the Scales, is it's not about the weight that you lose, it's about the life that you gain. And during this time frame, we have to remember that, you know, we still have to be safe and healthy, but, you know, just don't give up. If you're on a lifestyle mission to make some changes for yourself, just stick to it and don't give up, you know. And that's one of the things that I had to realize through my transformation was there were times where I wanted to give up, but I didn't. I said, you know what, I just remember what was most important, and that was trying to make the change. And once I started seeing the results, you know, it kept me going. It kept me motivated every day to do it, you know, and to stay on track. You know, I slip up every now and then, but you know, you got to get back on track. So but through this pandemic and everything, you know, we just really got to take things just a little bit more serious, you know, and I really do hope that people can, you know, use my story to stay motivated, you know, read the book if they want to. It's coupled with stories and messages of basically of how I got from point A to point B, you know, it really is about, you know, just staying healthy. You know, I don't look like The Rock, but you know what I mean? But I'm lean and mean, you know what I mean?
Right. Yes, sir. At the minimum, yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yeah. So who was your support team through your, you know, transformation?
I'm gonna be honest with you. I did it by myself.
See, I was curious because sometimes that's what it takes. But interesting.
Yep. I mean, people watched my transformation and saw that I was losing weight. And, I mean, I have friends that have watched me from beginning till now. And I don't want to say they've been my support, but they've just kind of watched me, and they're just like, you look good, you look good, you look good. I'm like, cool. But I did it by myself, though. I did it by myself, and it was during a time frame where, again, I didn't, you know, I was trying to find out who I was and what I wanted to be. And so I found my purpose, so to speak, and finding my purpose in the transformation that's where I'm like, oh, okay, let's keep going.
Yep, purpose and transformation.
And that's where, like, the life
keyword
came in, you know what I mean? And that's where all these other things that I'm doing now have kind of come into to play, is because I found that purpose. And I think, anybody that's on a transformation, or just a transformation of self-discovery, period, and it's whether it's weight, relationships, your career, I think we're all on a path. We're all on the journey. It's just a matter of staying focused and staying true to it, and don't give up.
That's true. Appreciate that. So today, what do you want people to know about you today? Right now, if someone says, what do you do? What's your thing right now? What is that?
Right now, I am developing, in the process of developing not one, but 2 TV shows. One TV show is an unscripted, yes, I just got signed last week to another show that I'm developing. It's an unscripted reality show. It's more on the health and thank you. It's more on the health and wellness side of what I've been doing throughout my career. Mm-hmm. Can't really talk about too much yet, but it's going to go. It's
Gotcha.
Actually being starting to pitch out starting November 1st. So I'm really excited about that, to get it out to networks and see if I can make it stick.
Yeah.
But
so you're moving.
The other show that I'm doing is Electric Negro. It's a new black animated superhero. Part of the story of the Electric Negro came from it's a combo effect of my transformation, because when I started the transformation, I was the motivation that I kind of gave myself was like my inner superhero. And so I called myself the Electric Negro. So I wore this shirt that said Electric Negro on it, and I started a clothing line because people were like, oh, my God, I want to buy that shirt. I want to buy that shirt. I'm like, okay. So
nice.
As far as my entrepreneurial side, I left music for a minute, and then I started, wrote the book, and then I started selling the shirts. And so then somebody actually came up to me, because I've been doing this, as far as the Electric Negro, it's been 5 years that I've kind of been cultivating the idea, but it's been coming to fruition as of this past year, because people are really taking a liking to it now that they know more about it. Excuse me. And so basically, they came up to me and said, that would make a great comic book. And I'm like, okay, cool. And I went and started to try to develop a comic book, but that was too much work. So somebody said TV show, and I'm like, all right, cool. So I started developing the TV show, and I got Denzel Whitaker from Black Panther on board. AJ McClain now from the Backstreet Boys is on board, but right now he's on Dancing with the Stars, so I'm going to get him in the studio hopefully soon to record some vocals for me. Nice. And then I've got Donald Turner from General Hospital. I've got Big Citric from George Lopez show, and I've just got a few other celebrities that have come on board in addition to the fan base. But if anybody wants to check that out, they can go to electricnegro.com. I've got some free merchandise that I'm giving away there as well, but they can check out the storyline, the video, and what it's all about. But pretty much the concept of the Electric Negro, it's about a young social media, black obsessed teenager that gets the Electric Negro powers and goes from selfie to selfless.
Nice.
Yes. So I'm really excited about pitching these two. But right now it's producing these shows, getting them on air, and then also I'm in the process of going back in the studio, hopefully in 2 weeks, while my team is pitching out the show, and I'm going back to music. So I'm literally doing a round robin.
Yeah, it is. Hey, but that's what the entrepreneur does. So I appreciate that hustle, basically. So what are you doing with music then, as far as where you want to go with it? You know what you've done.
I'm going back to house.
You've been. Are you? Okay, good.
I'm going back to house music. Some producers have already hit me up and asked me to record some vocals and ask for my voice back on the track. So I'm just like, okay, let's see what I got. So I'm gonna start, going back in and secluding myself again.
Yeah.
You have to kind of go and, you kind of got to go in, what does Rick Ross say? Plot, plan, strategize.
Yeah, indeed. Yep. I heard that he has that mind state too, that he gets so deep into every project that anything else he just kind of pushes it away. So. Yep.
So, and you got to, but see, the thing is, Like, you know, people are like, oh, you got to stay at home through COVID. You can't go outside. To be honest with you, for my creative outlet, I kind of like, it doesn't bother me. You know what I mean?
Yeah, me neither.
I'm cool with that. I'm cool because it gives me more time to focus on what I want to put out and develop.
Yeah.
So,
True.
and then make it the best that it can be. And then, you know, and if it's not to its fullest, at least it's out there and then continuing to grow it. And, you know, and the same thing, like, you know, when I started Electric Negro, you know, it was just me wearing the shirt. Now I've got, you know, hundreds and hundreds of people wearing the merchandise, you know, walking around with a provocative thing going, what's Electric Negro? Oh, my God, you know.
That is a conversation starter. Yeah, that's definitely
of course,
a conversation
and that's the reason
starter.
why I wanted. That's the start of it. That is the start of
Gotcha.
it. But I also want, you know, but people to know not only is it an animated side, but you know, it's that little inner superhero, like dun dun dun, dun, you know.
Yep. Nice.
By the way, speaking of which, I got a care package for you and your team too as well. So I want to make sure I get you all your information because I want to send you guys a care package as well. But
we appreciate that, definitely. Yeah, we're gonna send you back some music too. We have a couple producers on this side too. Maybe there's something in there that could work out for you. But we
I'm doing. You know what? I have no problem. I'm ready to get back into it. So, yeah. And like I said, while my team is working on pitching it out to networks, I'm going back to music.
Yeah, I appreciate that. Yeah. So here's a question for you.
Sure.
And I cut you off early, and it was not on purpose, but you've been on multiple shows, you know, Fox, CBS, Rachel Ray. I can't even name them all. Which one was the most memorable, and why was that?
Honestly, there are two that are most memorable for me. One being The Doctors, because that was my very first time sharing my story on national TV, and I got to do my music as well and showcase my music at the time. That was a very memorable moment for me. And then two, doing my second show, which was Rachel Ray. Because being on that show, I was able to tell more of my story and more of the journey and just have more fun with it. And it was kind of like stepping into the purpose of what I was, you know, what I'm doing now. And so those two things were really, you know, those two are pivotal moments for me to say, kind of not only like I had the awakening when I watched the video, Last Night a DJ Saved My Life and Changed My Life. It's the same type of thing when I got exposure on these two shows to say, okay, this is your purpose about, you know, helping others. And that's something that I've always wanted to do, was to help others, because I don't want someone else to go through what I had to go through. And if I can help somebody else to sidestep that, then I've done my purpose. Yeah. So those two moments, being on Rachel Ray and The Doctors, and I don't want to say, you know, just being on TV or fame or anything like that, but those were two really big pivotal moments for me that really kind of like put me on the path to where I'm at right now. And once I knew that my story was effective and I had a story of something to tell and something to share, I was like, okay, cool.
Yep.
All right, I got something, you know. And I guess that all stems from being an entrepreneur as well. You know, you got something that you want to get out there, you know, to the public and help change the world. You know, I always say anybody that wants to change the world is a little bit crazy, but you know, it's all for the greater good.
Yep. Yes, it is. It takes creative minds to do it. So there you go.
It really does, you know, but you got to be a little cray-cray in order to do it, you know.
You got to be a little cray-cray.
On some level, you know what I mean? On some level, but it's all for the greater good. And you know, and the meeting, you were asking me earlier about support. One of the things, and I said I did it by myself, but one of the things that's not 100% true, because one of the things I kind of was also finding other like-minded people like myself. And so we were able to support each other, you know, later down the line. But in the beginning, it was all by myself. I didn't have no nutritional background, none of that. I'm like, how am I going to do this? So I went to the internet, grabbed the food pyramid table, everything on here good, everything else bad. For 6 months to 8 months, that's all I did. You know what I mean? I followed that and kept walking. That's it. And then now it was reaching out, finding other people, like-minded people, and just, you know, and that's part of that. And it's because they've become my family. You know, from my family. So, yeah. But I mean, as far as everything else that's out there, whoo, you got to stay focused.
You got to stay focused. So what did it feel like when you found out you were an Amazon best-selling author?
You know what? I became an Amazon. Okay. Two things. Becoming a Billboard dance artist was phenomenal. First time ever, first song ever recorded. I'm literally up there with Beyonce and Christina Aguilera and everybody. I'm like, You gotta be kidding me. I'm like, this is your first single ever, and you're up there with these people who've been doing this for years? Okay.
Yep.
It really was. Oh, shit, you know what? I'm so sorry. I got sidetracked for 2 seconds. Your question was about...
Oh, no, go ahead. Go ahead. Let's talk about it. Billboards at the top. Beyonce, Christina Aguilera.
But it was... Yeah. But it was just... It really was... I don't want to say I was... What's the word? But the question you asked me, because I had some... I wanted to share the fact that I was the Billboard artist of the Christian...
Yeah, so we're talking about the emotional feel behind knowing you became an Amazon best-selling author.
Oh, yeah. But okay, so after the Billboard, the Amazon bestseller thing came out because I became an Amazon bestseller within 4 hours.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
4 hours.
I literally got this in 4 hours. I became an Amazon bestseller on the motivational site, and I was number one for 4.5 hours, and they gave me my sticker.
Dang. Now, what would you attribute that to? Like,
I have no idea.
You were already promoting it.
And that's why I mentioned the one about. Well, that's why I mentioned the one about the Billboard first, because you know what I'm saying. That was a shocker. Yep. I'm like, oh, you became a Billboard first time out, okay. And then now, I literally released my book, and then the publisher is like 4 hours later goes, here's your sticker. You became a Amazon best-selling author in 4 hours. I'm like, you got to be kidding me. At that point, everything, I don't want to say that I got a big head because I don't have a big head. I'm very humble about my success and what I've accomplished. But at first, I was like, brother, everything you touch has turned gold. I'm like, you got a Midas touch here, you know? I'm like,
well,
woo!
Indeed. So, you know why I asked what would you attribute that to? I was like, how can we duplicate this? You did
well,
it
you know what?
Hours,
I'm writing my second book, and we'll see what happens. But I really don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know, but I'm gonna see what happens and see if I can get lightning strike. I mean, lightning strike twice with that one. I'm like, okay, let's go for number 3, Electric Negro. Strike while the iron's hot. I'm like, okay, but no. But to be honest with you, you know what? And this process of developing the shows and stuff like that has been a longer process than anything that I've already done. Everything that I've done, as far as the book was concerned, that took me 6 months to write. As far as the record was concerned, that whole process was me starting out from literally the very first time putting my voice on track to being a Billboard artist. That took about a year to develop. So the TV shows and stuff like that I've been developing for the past 5 years has taken a little bit longer, but I know when this strikes, it's going to hit big. So I'm really excited about the opportunity for that. But what I was going to say was that the Electric Negro Project, as of tomorrow morning, will be sitting in the hands of Adult Swim.
Oh, nice! Congratulations. That's a huge network. Yeah.
Yes.
A huge network.
Yes. But that's where I wanted to. That's where I really would like to go. I would like to see the show on that network, but I really want to. As far as my contributing my success, I'm like, okay, everything I first did in the beginning, kind of like I said, it felt like I had the Midas touch, and then now let's see if I can, keep it going with other things, other projects that I'm doing. But I really do believe in the one that I'm doing now, and to be able to help motivate others. The 2 shows that I'm doing is to help motivate others, and then also with Electric Negro, kind of show the lens of what it is to be Black in America.
Yep. Appreciate that.
Yep.
So I think I read that you were an advocate for, not maybe an advocate for dollar stores, because that's where you were buying your fruits and vegetables through your transformation process.
I actually became their brand ambassador. I was like the Jarrett for Subway.
Wow.
Minus the bad things that he did, but the good things that he did was, because I was the brand ambassador for 2 years for the 99-cent store, which then that led me to becoming the brand ambassador for the American Heart Association.
Oh, wow.
I've been with the American Heart Association now for about 6 years. I'm their brand ambassador. I do a lot of their corporate events and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
And still, again, just sharing my story and maintaining my weight loss, about being healthy. Get out there and have a healthy heart. Come on.
Now,
one of the things I will say is that before I started the journey, I was 2 cheeseburgers away from a heart attack.
Oh, wow.
Literally.
Jeez.
But I avoided heart disease, diabetes, high cholesterol. I avoided all that stuff by that wake-up call. And so I always say the song that came out, Last Night a DJ Saved My Life, was my wake-up call, but actually music was what saved my life. And that's what I contribute my weight loss to music.
Yeah, no doubt.
Because it just helped me.
No doubt.
But being the 99 Cent brand ambassador and the American Heart Association brand ambassadors, it's just been a way for me. Again, it's just been an outlet to share the story, get people motivated, and hopefully, get people on the right track. One of the things that I write about in the book, and I say that there's 2 things that I think you should focus on in life. One is your health and wellness, and 2 is your goals and dreams. And both of those need motivation. Because in order for you to go after your goals and dreams, you got to be healthy. You know what I mean? You got to take care of yourself, or else you won't be able to do your goals and dreams. But again, both of those categories need motivation. And so that's where I come in. I'm like, hi.
Yes, sir.
How you doing?
Yeah. I can see now why you would be a good life coach, and then why you could be, motivational speaker, because you got it. So I
that's what I do,
it, man. Yeah. So once again, for
Thank
everybody that's listening out there, we got Papa Joe Aviance. Again, he's an entrepreneur, recording artist, author, best-selling author, Billboard music artist, life coach, TV producers, like the list goes on and on. So we appreciate you having you on the show. And right now, I want you to take a few moments to thank a few people, give a couple shout outs, and then we'll wrap it up.
No worries. I want to give a shout out to anyone that's listening, that's been supporting me. I really do appreciate all the support, love and support that I've received from others throughout the years, and continue to move forward. And if there's any way that I can help motivate you, please look me up at the Papa Joe Aviance on Instagram, Papa Joe Aviance on Instagram or on Facebook, the Papa Joe Aviance. Or if you want to look up the Electric Negro, go to electricnegro.com, or you can go to @the Electric Negro, or on Facebook, it's Electric Negro. But I also want to make sure that everybody during this time frame, please be safe, healthy, and kind, and always stay electric.
Here it is. Once again, we over here at Shut 'em Down Radio. It's Papa Joe Aviance. Again, enjoy the rest of your night, the rest of the weekend. And, you're always welcome to come back on the show. We can always do a follow-up. And until then...
Oh, yeah, we got to.
Yeah, we got to.
Oh, yeah, we got to. We got to do a follow-up.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. So we'll get with you off air. But until then, I'm going to use your phrase, stay electric.
Thank you, brother.